Paris applauded, France celebrated, and the football world was stunned. Ousmane Dembélé, the boy once branded a Barcelona flop, stood tall on football's greatest stage, the golden Ballon d'Or in his hands, the smile of redemption on his face. How does a player go from fragile, doubted, mocked, to the very best in the world? This is the story of Ousmane Dembélé, the rise, the fall, and the incredible redemption of football's new king. Ousmane Dembélé was born in Vernon, France, in 1997. The son of Mauritanian and Malian immigrants, raised in a modest neighborhood where football was the universal language. From the beginning, he had something special: speed that felt supernatural, feet quicker than a heartbeat, and a creativity that made defenders dizzy. At Rennes in Ligue 1, he burst into the spotlight, still a teenager, but already unplayable. His debut season in 2015-16, 12 goals, 5 assists, defenders couldn't cope. The European giants circled, and in 2016, Borussia Dortmund made their move. Germany welcomed a raw, fearless 19-year-old. And in Dortmund's famous Yellow Wall, he found freedom. His partnership with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was electric. Dembélé's left foot delivered goals, assists, chaos. The 2017 DFB Pokal final, Dortmund versus Eintracht Frankfurt, it was Dembélé who opened the scoring, a rocket into the top corner. And when Dortmund lifted the trophy, the world realized a new superstar had arrived. Summer 2017. Barcelona was in shock. Neymar, their Brazilian superstar, was gone. Paris Saint-Germain had paid the unimaginable 222 million euros, and Barca needed a new hero. They turned to a teenager, Ousmane Dembélé. The fee was staggering: 135 million euros plus bonuses, one of the most expensive transfers in football history, and the weight of Camp Nou now rested on his shoulders. For Dembélé, it was a dream. From Rennes to Dortmund, and now Barcelona, in just 2 years. He was only 20 years old, and suddenly, he was expected to stand beside Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez to carry one of the biggest clubs on earth. His unveiling was spectacular. Thousands filled the stadium, waving flags, chanting his name. He juggled the ball, posed for cameras, smiled wide. The press called him Neymar's replacement, Barcelona's future, the new jewel of world football. Inside the dressing room, legends welcomed him. Messi, Iniesta, Piqué, Busquets. The young Frenchman stood among giants. The world watched closely. Could he deliver? For a moment, everything seemed perfect. The talent was there. The opportunity was enormous, and the dream felt real. But what nobody knew then was that this dream move would become the most painful chapter of his career. But the dream quickly became a nightmare. In his very first season, disaster, injuries, hamstring tears, muscle problems, setbacks again and again. The young star who was supposed to be Messi's partner was stuck in the treatment room. When he did play, flashes of brilliance, but they were rare, inconsistent, and the whispers began. Overpriced, unprofessional, flop. Spanish tabloids mocked his lifestyle. Stories of late arrivals to training, criticism of his gaming obsession. The world forgot his talent and remembered only his failures. Barcelona grew impatient, the fans frustrated. By 2021, Ousmane Dembélé was no longer seen as a star. He was a broken promise. By 2021, the story of Ousmane Dembélé at Barcelona seemed finished. The fans had grown impatient. The media had stopped believing. And even inside the dressing room, faith was fading. But then, Xavi Hernandez returned, a legend of Barcelona, now the coach. And he looked at Dembélé differently. While others saw a flop, Xavi saw potential. He saw a player still capable of greatness, if only he could change. Xavi was clear. There would be no shortcuts. Discipline, professionalism, consistency, or the door. For the first time, Dembélé listened. He changed his diet. He trained harder. He arrived early, and slowly, the rewards came. In the 2021-22 season, he finished as La Liga's top assist provider. Game after game, his passes carved open defenses. The fans who once booed him were cheering again, but still, the shadow of his past hung over him. Injuries still haunted. Barcelona's financial chaos created tension, and whispers of his departure grew louder. In 2023, it was official. Dembélé was leaving Barcelona. His time in Spain, full of pain, flashes of brilliance, and endless what-ifs, was over. But football always offers second chances, and this time it was Paris who came calling. August 2023, the stage was set for a new beginning. Paris Saint-Germain unveiled Ousmane Dembélé as their new star signing. For the boy from Vernon, it was a homecoming, and for his career, it was rebirth. At first, doubts remained. Was he still fragile? Would he disappear under pressure? But under coach Luis Enrique, Dembélé found balance. He was fitter, he was sharper, he was ruthless. In League One, he tormented defenders. His speed stretched defenses to breaking point. His dribbles created chaos. And finally, he began to score with consistency. But the real test was Europe. For years, PSG had dreamed of the Champions League. For years, they had failed. But in 2024-25, with Dembélé leading the line, history was written. Quarterfinal, a stunning volley. Semi-final, a brace that silenced critics and carried PSG into their first final. And in the Champions League final, Dembélé was unplayable. Every touch, every run, every strike, full of belief. When the final whistle blew, Paris Saint-Germain were champions of Europe at last. And at the center of it all was the man they once called a flop. Ousmane Dembélé. The redemption was complete. September 22, 2025, Paris, the Ballon d'Or ceremony. The finalists: Barcelona's wonder kid Lamine Yamal, PSG's own Vitinha, and Ousmane Dembélé. When his name was called, the theater erupted. The boy who once limped through the camp was now standing tall as the best player in the world. The Ballon d'Or in his hands, the ultimate redemption, the crowning glory. From flop to king. Ousmane Dembélé's story proves one thing: no label is final. Not flop, not failure. Football is about resilience, about fighting back, about writing your own ending. From Rennes to Dortmund, to Barcelona, to Paris, from injuries and criticism, to lifting the greatest prize of them all. This is not just a football story. This is proof that with belief, persistence, and courage, a broken promise can become a champion. Ousmane Dembélé, from Barcelona flop to Ballon d'Or winner. And here, on Studio Football 7, we tell these stories: the rise, the fall, the redemption of football's greatest stars. Subscribe and join us as we uncover the legends, the forgotten kings, and the icons who define the game.